In this video, I want to go over an overview of all the main elements and parts and areas of the Arrange window where we'll be doing most of our work. At the very top is a toolbar, and this is a great place to have your frequently used shortcuts available for quick access. These are the defaults here now, but they can be customized by right-clicking or control-clicking in here and going Customize Toolbar, where you'll get a variety of shortcut options that you can enable into this view by simply dragging them down into this lower area here. And these dotted lines correspond to the dotted lines here, demarking the different areas of the toolbar. So let's stick with the default set for now, but that's the toolbar, and you can also display it by icon only or text only. A good way of fitting more in the display, but we'll leave it like that for now. We have the transport bar at the bottom here. Now this is where you'll find controls to navigate through your project. All the standard stop, start, play, record commands, and a lot more. And this is also customizable by right-clicking or control-clicking, customize transport bar. And again, the three main areas, these are the transport buttons here. The display area in the middle is this area here. And the modes and functions section is this area here. So you can enable or disable specific buttons or views from being available here. Next, we have the editors area at the bottom, and this is horizontally tiled to the bottom of the Arrange window, and those are the buttons over here. And when you press on them, they'll open up docked editor windows. So for example, a piano roll editor opens up the piano roll, and you can grab the resize handles and resize them, and you can toggle it open and close like that. There's a score editor, hyper editor. These are all for editing MIDI data, and the mixer window, and these are all accessible by key command as well. We have the media, notes, and lists area up in the upper right here. Let's go over those one at a time. The lists button, when you press this, opens up another group of windows on the right side of the Arrange window here. And in this lists area, there's four separate tabs. The event list, which you can use to edit MIDI data numerically. There's a marker list for managing, editing, creating, deleting, etc. markers within your project. There's a tempo list for working with tempos and a signature list for working with key signatures. And that can be toggled and opened and closed by that or by key command. And then there's a media button, and that also opens up another subset of panes here. We have the bin, which is short for audio bin, and this can be used for auditioning and importing and managing all the audio files and regions that exist in your project. We have the loops button, which opens the loops browser, and this is where you can access all the Apple loops that are stored in the browser for your session. Next, we have a library button, and this is very powerful. This allows you to call up various presets or channel strip settings, and this updates depending what area is highlighted in this area over here, which we're going to get to in a moment. But this is a dynamic display which updates depending on what's selected elsewhere in the interface, but it's basically presets, settings, channel strip settings. Then we have the browser button, and this is used to manage all the media data. You can bring in different types of media into your session. And finally, we have the notes area. It's off my display here, so these little chevron icons here are used to access what's off the display, but I'll click there and go notes. And this allows for notes to be stored either on a project basis or on a per track basis. Very powerful. And they're also available in the mixer window when you're using notes on a per track basis. When you open the mixer and you click that little button there, you'll get the notes visible there. But we'll look at that more throughout the videos. I'm going to disable it there. And let's close that. And then finally we have the inspector here on the left. And this is an important part of the interface. At the top we have the region parameter box. And these are parameters that apply uniquely and specifically to individual regions or multiple regions that are selected. Below this we have the track parameter box, and that's opened or closed via this disclosure triangle. So if you're running out of space on your interface, you can close up the triangles to view different areas of it. But that's the track parameter box, and these parameters apply on a per track basis as opposed to a per region basis for this upper area. Now the parameters in these fields over here update dynamically depending which editor is active. For example, if I open the score editor, these update to display score parameters. Hyper editor, they update again. Let's close that and we're back to the Arrange window parameters. Now I mentioned before about the library window updating dynamically depending what's enabled here. Let me close these, and I'm going to open the media area and click the library button. And you'll see the little halo around this settings button here. That means this is displaying channel strip settings. If I had plugins or other things inserted here or sends, When you click on those and the halo moves to those, it displays the settings associated with the plugins or destinations in those fields. And this lower part of the inspector here contains two channel strips, as you'll see. The one on the left always updates to display the parameters for the currently selected track. Right now there's only one, so I can't toggle between them, but that updates. And this one always displays the destination of the field that's selected in this main channel strip. So for example, right now, the output field is the only field here that has an assignment. So this is displaying the destination of the output field. But if there were any sends assigned, this would update and display the destination of the sends. Now, many of the windows and areas of the arrange window we've looked at can also be accessed as standalone windows via the window menu here. Like for example, I can call up a separate event list as a separate window, or I can call up a score window as a separate window. So these are available that way or in the docked versions. So there you go. That's a main overview of the main areas of the arrange window, the toolbar at the top, the main body of the arrange window here, the track list over here, the transport bar at the bottom, the inspector on the left, and the different media lists and note areas on the right, and the pop-up editors from here. So that's it. Stay tuned. See you for more next time.